and good morning to you, and welcome to the Mindfulness Broadcast. It is a really beautiful day where I am. The sun is out and it's promising some warmth, and you can just feel the photosynthesis happening around me. Personally, I can feel it, I should say. I can feel the photosynthesis happening around me. And this is always, for me, this really energetic time. And I want to start all these new projects, and I feel my brain just buzzing, and so just influenced by the growth that is happening around me, and blooming and blossoming, and then putting those in all the metaphors for me and my life that can exist. And other people don't feel that way. Other people have hay fever, and other people feel exhausted, and other people don't love all the sunshine, and other people really, prefer different seasons. And so I'm always just reminded of, we are where we are, and bringing mindfulness to it, whether it's through our stress levels or our discomfort via seasons or our love of something, the joy in a moment. The power of mindfulness allows us to be present. It allows us to be intentional and purposeful and in alignment with our values. And not only to mention all of those things, but also an ongoing mindfulness practice builds a brain that has the capacity to pause. And in the pause between stimuli and response is where all of our power lies. And we build the ability to do that the more we tap into mindfulness practice. So I'm grateful that you're here today. We are here every Friday for the Mindfulness Broadcast, and I love it when new folks join. So if you're new, welcome. If you are a returnee for the many years we've been doing this, welcome back. I'm so grateful for you. This morning, I want to do something a little bit different than I've done. Many of you know, I've mentioned it, we've started a podcast called the Rewired Podcast. I'm dropping episode 33 today. We do weekly episodes, and I rotate between solo episodes and then having a guest on and interviewing them. And the whole point of the podcast is about our ability to rewire our brains and getting involved and intentional in those things, and the many ways that people are doing that in our world. And so some are interviews with practitioners, and some are people with interviews with people who are living through experiences where they're being purposeful and intentional. And in episode 32, I think it was episode 32, I interviewed a woman. Her name is Kelly. She goes by Kelly Rose. And she is a sound bath practitioner, and she has a certifying program, and she does a bunch of work. And I had the opportunity to go to one of her sessions and was just moved. I went with, it was me, I was taking my mom, who was turning 75. This was a birthday gift to her. And then I took my daughter, who's 13. So these, kind of span of, and I'm 51, I think I mentioned that, but the span of ages, 13 to 75. And with all different abilities and interests, and going into this session. And it was so moving to see how it impacted each of us. But what was common is that it impacted each of us. And it is a mindfulness tool that really, there's a lot of different methods of how it helps to regulate our nervous system and drop us into a place where we have, we're in our optimal state. It activates our parasympathetic nervous system. That's what we're doing in mindfulness, is really coming into what is currently happening. And it does it through all these different methods. But one of the ways is that it simply distracts our brain from the busyness that is occurring. And so they use this different patterning of music, different instruments. The woman in the class that I was in had 25 different instruments, and she moved around. And so my brain could never predict a pattern. So it was always with her for, I think it was an hour-long session. Anyway, I had the chance to interview her and really talk about the science of sound bath and her own very vulnerable and personal journey into how she got into that. But then we ended the episode with her doing a few minutes of a sound bath virtually. And so I wanted to use that. I've got the podcast all queued up just to drop right in where she begins the session. And so I'm going to kind of cue us up for that, and then I'll play it, and then I'll close up the practice. So it's a little bit different than normal. She does have an upcoming free virtual. Most of the stuff she does is in person, but she's transitioning. She's doing some virtual now. She's got a mixer board where the sound is just incredible. And so she's offering a free class on April 28th. And so I put the link in there. I also put the podcast link in there. Just a way that if this touches you or moves you, there's a deeper opportunity to go tap into some of the work. So with that, I'm going to get us going. And I'm going to share my screen so that when it's time to go into the sound bath, we've got it all ready. Okay, let's do it. Go ahead and close your eyes, or you can take a soft gaze this morning, which just means you're not directing your attention around the room, just a gaze that allows you to turn your attention inward. And what I want you to do this morning is just get in your body, whatever way you wanted to do that, through your breath, through wiggling your toes, through rolling your shoulders, whatever allows you to do that. Bring your attention inward. Noticing all that is present for you. May that be ease, or may that be discomfort. May that be busyness, or may that be presence. Whatever is, just allow it to be. So often what is happening for us is kind of tucked into the background, into the unconscious, or shoved back there if it's emotions that we're struggling with or pain that we're challenged by. And so all we're doing this morning is just simply inviting our attention to be with what already is. And breathing in and breathing out. You might notice the sounds that are around you, the sensations that are touching your body. So maybe it's your clothes, the pressure of your body on a seat cushion. Noticing any urges to yawn or stretch. Just whatever is. And deepening your breath this morning, breathing in through your nostrils, breathing out through your lips, and deepening the inhale and elongating the exhale for just a few breaths on your own. And as you're doing that, you might also find the pause in between the inhale and the exhale, and just hang out in there for a moment. Breathing in and breathing out. And then I'm going to go ahead and press play, and hopefully you can hear this. Somebody let me know if you can't. And I'm going to turn this over to Kelly.
Okay. So if you want to just find that comfortable place, if you feel like closing your eyes, feel free to go ahead and do so. And Then just go ahead and take a nice deep breath in and hold your breath for just a moment. And exhaling out whenever you're ready. Just beginning to soften both mind and body. Begin by relaxing the very top of your head all the way down through the bottoms of your feet. And just allow each and every sound to relax you more and more, sending you deeper and deeper. So before you even begin to move, just take a minute to notice how you feel now compared to when we first started, even in this brief little time.
Okay, I'm going to just begin to close you out of this practice. Find your breath once again. Giving yourself just a little gratitude for this time that you've spent here. Investing in yourself, investing in your ability to be purposeful, to be intentional. I want you to find your toes and your fingers and wiggle those around. And slowly opening your eyes and coming back together. Thanks for being here, everyone. I appreciate you.